Installing a Shark radio system on my 2007 Honda Sabre. And there's several things you should know about before you decide which kit you want to purchase. I purchased the wireless remote system, which is the newest system out. Comes with the new style speakers. And before you make your decision, there's two things you should know. One is, if you get the wireless remote, you can change the radio stations with the remote. You can change to the modes, change the different modes, to auxiliary or radio, so you can use your MP3 player. But you cannot turn the radio on with the remote, which means that you have to put your amp in a location where you can press the power on button, which for me was at first I was a little disappointed with, but I decided to go ahead and install it in my saddlebags. So I put it in the saddlebag. What I've done is, as you can see in the back of the saddlebag here, I've got 4 bolts here that holds the amp, and then I have a hole right here in the back where the wires are going to go through. And that way you can still take your saddlebags on and off, because you can just unplug the plugs from the amp, so if you want to take them off. And then I can get into my saddlebags to turn the radio on. You can turn it off with the remote, but you cannot turn it on. So that was a little disappointing for me. But here's the catch-22 though. If you buy the one with the wires on the remote, you can turn it on and off, and you can change from auxiliary mode to the radio, but you cannot change the radio stations from the remote. So it's a catch-22 either way you go. If you have an MP3 player and you want to use the FM tuner from your MP3 player, then I recommend using the one with the wires for the remote, because then you can change your radio station, you can power it on and off, and you can hide the amp under the seat or anywhere else you want. For me, I'm just not sure which would have worked better for me, but I mean, it's kind of cool. I don't have to have an MP3 player. I can just put an SD card in my amp, and I can play all my radio songs from there, and I can also change the radio station from the remote. So anyway, but here's what I've done for the install. So I'm running the wires along the harness here, and then right down to where it's going to go to my bag. And so that's what I've done there. And then I tuck them down there, and I tuck it along the side of that relay there, and then I've wired it into the harness here. Now I have my fuse for the amp right here, and I've got my MP3 player plug right here, so I'm probably going to run it under my tank bib and into the pocket of my tank bib to hold an MP3 player. It's right inside of this pocket here, and I can keep my MP3 player inside of there. So that's what the wires are doing there. But you have your fuse there, and then I have the power and ground directly to the battery, which goes right over here. And then I have my speaker wire right here, ran underneath this frame here, and it comes out right here and runs along the harness here, and then it goes underneath this frame again right here, and it comes out right here, and then it goes up there, and it comes out right there. And I have this tape here which holds it to the original harness, and then it goes up through the tree. I replaced my factory risers with these angled risers to bring the handlebars back, and I ended up having the old risers, and I cut the stem off the bottom, drilled a hole down the center, and mounted the speakers to them. And what I've done here, I use a rubber seal between the riser and the speaker, and what you do is you leave it slightly loose, you adjust it to the angle you want, so you can turn it this way and turn it back. Once you get the angle you want, then you can tighten the bolt down and it won't move because there's a rubber seal under there, and if you snug it up good, you shouldn't have any problems. Okay, I'm making some changes to the Shark speaker system. What these are is a little jack that you plug your RCA jack into, and the speakers come with this long cable, and it's connected. It's hardwired to the radio or to the speakers. So once you run your speakers up onto your handlebars or your mirror or wherever, and then you run it through the frame of your motorcycle and everything, it's pretty much stuck there forever. If you ever want to do any work on your bike, remove the speakers or relocate them, you really have to take everything back apart. So what I've decided to do is add this little RCA adapter to the back, and then I can just plug the RCA just directly into the speaker. That way I can just run the wires through the frame with this plug, and then just plug this plug straight into the speaker. That way if I ever want to relocate the speakers, or if I need to take the handlebars off because I'm going to change them or anything else, I don't have to reroute and redo all the wiring. Okay, well, I finished installing the plug and the wire to the back. So there's the wire. And now all I have to do is hardwire it to the speaker. It should be pretty easy. Okay, I finished soldering the speaker back up. I used the original wires that came with the Shark system. Cut myself just a 10-foot section, and then I soldered everything, and it's all set. So now all I'll do is put the cover back on. Now I've got a plug on the back, plug it in.
Kristen Curtis on 92.9 CCU. Right, turn off the lights. We gonna lose our minds tonight. What's the dealio? It's so classic, you are wrong and override. You don't trade in, I'm hurt, no super. But hurry in, these deals won't last. Why so serious?